Hi, fourth graders. So we're here in my backyard again with another Mathema-Chicken. These ladies are pretty penny, and we're going to talk a little bit about money today and how it relates to decimals. All right, are you ready to go? This is Hillary. Hillary, she's actually very calm right now. This is the astrolabe. Oh, okay, fine. Join your herd, flock. They have all come to see everybody today. All right, ladies, you can help me. So while we're talking about money, we're going to talk a little bit about the expense of a hobby. This might be considered a hobby behind me. So today's lesson is 13.9, and it's using money to understand decimals. You're going to find two attachments inside of the post itself, the assignment post. One will be teaching tool 20 and the other one 21, I believe. I could be the day after tomorrow, but just wanted to let you know that you've got them to use. So one is a sheet full of money, tiny little money, both bills and coins, and then another sheet is actually a couple of different place value charts that look like one will have whole number and the other one will be decimal. All right, well, you ladies are causing a bunch of racket. Let's talk about the cost of something like this. Okay. Not that I don't love spending money on a fun animal hobby. It kind of adds up. So let's talk a little bit about money. Dawson, I'm going to need your help.
Okay.
Let's first talk about the price of 4 chickens.
Okay.
When they were babies, we got them at a little place called
Dare to Dream Farms.
Dare to Dream Farms, and we got to choose the type of breed we wanted online, and we paid money for each and every one of them, just a different price. Okay, so where does it start? How much on each one of those chickens?
$8.
Okay, so we have $8. So this is represented, of course, as a whole number, and it has no decimal percentages. So $8 for the chickens. How many chickens did we have?
We got 4.
Okay.
Okay, Mom, I'm gonna have to ask you to move into the shade a little bit.
Okay.
We're getting some.
I forgot about my sunglasses on. They're better?
A little more.
Sitting on a chicken? I thought I heard them. Okay, better?
There we go.
So let me write that over again. In a makeshift classroom. My handwriting does not get so good here. So we have 8 chickens, $8 per chicken we times 4. So we really had $32 worth of chickens. Yes, that's our first expense. So Dawson, we won't talk about the bigger expenses. Let's talk about the smaller expenses. Do you remember the price of a bag of food or feed for them?
It was about $19. Or $19.59 or something.
$19.59. Okay, so the price of the chicken food was $19.59.
And that's the expensive stuff for the baby chicks because it has probiotics in it.
Thank you. That's true. So again, we're going to talk about a number that has both whole and a decimal part of it. So, and you guys are going to be really easy. This is a lesson you're probably going to be really good at because as a kid, I don't know about you, but I was always fascinated about money. And my mom and dad would just plop down like the money jar or whatever it is, the money thing on the dresser, and for us to count. And I thought that was really fun. So what about this fence? So you can see behind me the process of a fence. We're trying to lock the girls in. By the way, Martha just got through the fence again.
Okay, I'll go get her.
She's okay. So this wire, do you remember the price of it? Oh, watch the tree behind you.
That was $42.39.
$42.39. All right, wow. So that's the price of 50 feet of this wire here. We have, we bought 14 posts, 14 times, and I think the posts were around $3.50. They were like $3.49 or something like that. So you can kind of see the prices are adding up, and if you're doing this in your head and you're thinking really quickly, you've got 32 plus 20, that's what, 30, 40, 50, so you got another 40, 90, and then a 14 times 3, that's 52. Oh my gosh. So you can see a hobby kind of adds up. Let's talk about what certain coins and bills look like and represented. We're going to have a little fun digging through my purse. Okay, let's see what I have. You're going to laugh. It's like George Costanza's wallet if you're familiar with Seinfeld, which many of you probably aren't. You're too young. I'm just going to pull out a bill. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Well, I happen to pull out a very large bill. And in the past couple of weeks, we've been, I guess, as a family, are kind of paranoid, and so we pulled a couple of hundies out of the bank. And what would a $100 look like on my grid? Well, look at, I didn't even put 100 spot over here. But if we did, I could continue this on the side, and we could call this little location 100 spots. So you can see I have $100, and that's what it would look like represented on a decimal grid. So there is no decimal, and there's no tens, no ones, no tens, but there is 100. So that's a $100 bill. Gotta make sure that gets back in my wallet. Let's go to the opposite end. We have $1. We've been going to this farmer's market, and I always keep a little cash. It's kind of fun. So $1, we'd move it back to the ones place. Still no cash or coin. Coinage is always represented over here in the decimal part. Now, some fun stuff. I like collecting old coins. Sometimes I have a hard time getting rid of it if I find it in my wallet and it's older than like the 1980s. I keep them. Like, love 1970s and 60s, and if I find 50s, I'm really excited. I'm gonna just pull something out of my wallet here. What do we have? Oh my gosh, I have a penny. Hey, this is a cool, oh, this is a modern penny, never mind. 2010. So penny represented on this decimal chart. So this is we're dealing, isn't this cool? I didn't realize what I was doing, but now I kind of see this pattern. These all have something in common. We'll talk a little bit about why. What, you say? They're money. Yeah, no, there's something else they have in common. 1 cent is represented like this. There is 0 tenths, but there is 1 100. So if we put 100 of these together, we'd have $1. So as you know, if we put 10 of these together, we'd have 10 cents. So this is a power of 10, believe it or not. We have, let me go to my purse and see if I can find another coin of some sort. Oh my gosh, I have a lot of pennies. Wouldn't you know it? Oh my gosh, I think I have mostly pennies.
What do you want?
Can you just get a dime out of there? So remember what a penny is. So we said a penny looks like this when represented. We said $1 looks like this when represented. And I pulled out this $100 pill. Oh, it looks like this. I'm gonna keep my decimals all kind of in the same line. Ooh, thank you. And I have 10 cents. Since we're talking about president, you guys know who the president on this guy is? A dime is? Eisenhower. That's right. So a dime would look something like this. It is 1/10 of $1, and it looks just like that written on a chart. Over here, 1/10 of $1. All right, so if we had 10 of these, it would equal $1. Let's pull out something fun, Dawson. Is there a 25-cent piece in there?
Ooh, that's really pushing it, Mom.
I know. So you notice this would be great for coders, right? We've got ones and zeros right here. But I wanted something different. Aha! They call this a quarter because it is the quarter value of $1. So it would take 4 of these hefty George Washington quarters. George Washington on both. That's kind of cool. George is on both. So take 4 of these, a quarter, to equal $1 in its value. So we all know how that is valued. Now you notice what I should have been doing is adding a 0 over here in my ones, because those are actually, there's no hole there. So 25 cents looks like this, and it would be read 25 hundredths, and that's true because it is 25 hundredths of 100 or $1. Okay, so a couple of things on your chart. I want you to really use this decimal understanding. So if I were to put 25 cents here, that's what it would look like. And we know how it would be read in word form. So 25 hundredths, remember that last digit always kind of takes the claim, 25 hundredths. If it were a dime, I know we call it a dime, we call it 25 cents or a quarter, but it would be represented as 1/10. That's how you'd say that. Or 10 hundredths, and there would be 10 of them to equal 100. All right, enough of that. I'm going to give you some quick overview of what you might see on the lesson. So just keep in mind the value of money when we're talking about decimals. Okay, I want to take you to the guided practice. It says in 1 and 2, copy and complete. So number 1 on guided practice is going to look like this. I should wear my glasses especially when it gets a little darker. We've got $9.75, and you'll notice that they have a dollar sign right here. Make sure to put that in there if we're talking about money. So, and then they have it written down as a box. There's a box that you have to fill in, and it says dollars. and my board is not long enough, so it would continue on this way. Then I'm going to write another box. I'm going to break it down. It's going to be plus a certain amount of dimes, plus a certain amount of pennies. It's getting kind of goofy looking. Okay. So you'll see that there's going to be 3 different values represented in this book. So this is how many dollars? Right, $9. How many dimes? 7 of them. So that equals 70. And could be written like that. And then pennies, how many pennies? 5 pennies. So you can take your problems and break them down in this sort of arrangement. Hello, girls. I'm still just wandering around here. That's why I've named them Mathmachickens. So that would be an example of some of the things you're going to do. If I were to jump to, let me see, this is another one that's a little different. This is taking the same number, number 2, same amount of money, $7.25, but they are now asking you, hello girl. Oh, oh no, Martha! She's eating our sunflowers. Naughty chicken. So in this part, you're going to have to be writing out, sorry, lost my train of thought. It happens a lot with chickens, becoming one of them. It wants you to tell how many ones there are, plus how many tenths there are. It's just a really kind of a slow process. And then you're adding that, so there's like this little adding sign in between the whole length, plus how many hundreds. So just really working with the value, the hundredths of them. So again, that's the same thing. You've got 9 ones, you've got 7 tenths, and you've got 5 hundredths. That's it. Pretty easy. Have fun with the money today. Maybe ask your mom and dad if you can go get their change jar. So it's a fun challenge to see how much money they've accrued in that little tiny container. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Have fun.